Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Robert. I'm the founder of Elite Paranormal, and this is
Janie, and I'm the medium for Elite Paranormal,
AKA the Ghost Hound. So, welcome to EPS ParaTalk. We're restarting this up. We've had a lot going on later part of the year.
We still have a lot going on.
Yes, we do.
Let's be completely honest. We still have a lot.
What do we have going on here?
We're in the midst of painting every room in the house. We still haven't unpacked any of the boxes in the house, so we got a lot
We
going
just recently, moved. I would say we're completely moved, but we're not.
on. Nope, we haven't even finished moving everything over here yet.
So, got a lot going on. Glad to have you guys aboard. This is a live interactive show. When we do these, we just talk from our personal experience. It's up to you as far as for your opinions are certainly welcome. If you come on and you let us know that you're on, we'll be glad to say hey to you. This is really interesting. So far, I'm showing nothing.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Anyway, so our team in particular, we're now based out of Falling Waters, West Virginia. We were originally from Keedysville, Maryland. Not too far away, about 25 minutes.
I wouldn't say it's that far.
It's about 25.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that far.
Yeah.
Maybe because we've been back and forth so many times. I don't know, but it doesn't seem that far to me.
Just into the West Virginia, just over the West Virginia line. Lovely country, awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful. We have deer right in our backyard. Not just one or two, like herds of deer right in our backyard.
Hey, it's great. We originally started out documenting, like so many other teams. You know, there's teams that go out there and they just do it for fun. There's other teams that more so document, which is what we really originally started with, was documenting. And then we got to a point where we just went ahead and now we actually treat locations
we're in it deep
pretty
now.
consistently.
Yes.
More so than a lot of people go to the paid locations. We're usually too busy as far as with the residential cases to even worry about going to the paid locations. If you're on, Amber's on. Hey, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Thanks for jumping on. Anybody that joins us while we're live, please go ahead and just say hi to us. We'd love to give you a personal shout out. Thank you so much for sharing, Amber. Definitely appreciate that. I didn't even tell Sean to share it back to our page.
Well, he said he's going to watch, so tell him now.
Sean, if you're on, go ahead and share it back to the Elite page, please, which I think Amber is the only one. Hey, welcome. You're our first one back.
Yes, exactly.
Like she hasn't heard some of this before. But if you're catching up, you're watching the review of this, again, we're a very personable team when it comes to it. If you have questions or you have concerns about something that's going on, you're more than welcome to go ahead and message us. I went ahead and put our link to our page at the top under the information. Make it a little bit easy for you.
And even if you don't have anything going on, if you just have some questions about the field itself and, you know, the steps to take if you want to start investigating, or if you have something going on you're already investigating, you're not quite sure how to get rid of it, it's the one to talk to.
I've had some people recently that was talking about, matter of fact, they were getting frustrated. You know, they're in the field, they don't understand why other teams aren't networking with them, and they're trying to look for getting their own residential cases or own cases. And it's not hard. It's a little bit of footwork, and it does take a little bit of time. It's not hard in the manner of, will it eventually come? Yes, it will.
Oh, a lot.
Word of mouth is huge.
A lot.
But it's a matter of how you come over, how you present yourself. And
yes.
You want to have a pretty good formula in place before you even start that. So we're going to start this out talking about that. We're going to talk a little bit about if you're trying to get residential cases or you're trying to get into the field itself, and a little bit about how to do that. These shows, we definitely go ahead and talk about the type of tools and equipment that we use out in the field. We talk about people with abilities, since I have a medium right here on the team. She's very modest, but she's incredibly accurate, one of the most accurate people I've ever witnessed by far, over and over and over and over again. Some people get upset about that because, again, when somebody proves themselves to me, it takes a long time. Mom, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Diane
I miss
Murphy is my mom.
Diane.
Yes, we're back.
It's not a matter of being modest. I don't do it. We have to thank my guides. We have to give the gratitude to the guides because they are very accurate. I'm simply the middleman. I just repeat what they tell me.
Well, You know, you've been in the field, I've been in the field. We know there's a lot of very boisterous people in the field.
Yeah.
And even with that, if you get around somebody who has abilities or claim they have abilities, I'm always waiting for it to be proven to me. And you don't take offense to that, correct?
Not at all.
We'll go onto a location, just to give you an idea. We'll go to a location and she'll say, Rob, there's XYZ happening. There's this little boy talking or this little girl talking. And we'll role play to that point to try to see if we can get it. But where the confirmation comes is when we replay the video, especially of a live, and we've got that little girl, little boy actually talking to us. And we have it on nearly every time on all of our videos that you've said that.
Yeah.
Or even people reaching out, Teresa from like Australia.
Yep.
We get people with abilities that reach out from around the
But
world.
again, it doesn't matter who the information comes from. It's the guides that give them the information. It's not them.
I got you.
That's why I don't. No, I'm the best. No, I'm not. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I just repeat what I'm told when I'm told it, and I just happen to have really good guides. They also have really good sense of humor sometimes.
Well, you also repeat it in the mannerism.
Exactly.
That is given to
You have to do it exactly the way I have to say it exactly the way they say it. And if they tell me I need to do it in a certain manner, then I have to do it in a certain manner.
I mean, to the point, we've been around some pretty, how do you say, strong, shady characters or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And when she's got to step up into their face and say something, she'll even throw a little accent into it because they're telling her, hey, do it like this.
Exactly the way it's done.
And then you watch the reaction of that person who just is blown away by it. It's very, very, it's impressive, extremely impressive.
The only credit I do take for it, and that's because I had to work so hard to learn to do it, is that I never question my guides. Whatever they tell me to say, I don't care how stupid it might sound to me. I don't care how stupid it sounds to everybody else in the room. For that one person it's meant for, it will not sound stupid. It'll sound exactly what they need it to hear.
Absolutely.
So I do take credit for that. It's took me a long time to learn how to be, like you said, sometimes there's some big old shady characters. I got to get up in their faces and give them information. And I've learned, don't be afraid. Just give it the way they give it to me, and then that person will perceive it the way they're supposed to. And it's always worked out.
Yeah, it's common. We've seen some of the roughest looking people go to tears in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
When it's
big guys.
Yeah.
Some big guys.
Glad that was on your plate, not mine.
Yeah, right.
So as far as getting back to if you're starting up in the field or if you've got a team and you're trying to figure out how to do some residential, just a little heads up about that. Number one, don't get frustrated. Frustration comes real easy in this field. I've been there plenty of times. Most of us have been there and gotten frustrated. Hey, if you're jumping on, give us a hey or hi. Do anything you want as far as in the comments, and we'll be glad to go ahead and give you a personal shout out. If you are starting up a team, a couple of different points. If you get business cards, you can go ahead and put them up in local places like libraries, post offices. Put a couple of your business cards up there. Sandy's on. Sandy Griffin.
Hi,
Thanks,
Sandy.
Put some of your cards up so people have a way of contacting you. You want to start getting it up there and start using colors that just stand out from all the regular white cards that are being posted up there.
Right,
Use
do something different, creative.
Yep. You can even use index cards. Take index cards if you want. You can handwrite some up there, but you really want to have, you want to use the words that are definitely going to hit. You put up ghost, you put up investigations. If you say paranormal investigations, Joe Public isn't as quick on catching up to that, so they may not be as fast to read it. But if you go ghost, we hate to say ghost hunting, but hey, let's be real. That's what everybody can.
Spirit seeking, whatever you want to call it.
Right. But you want to put a phrase up like that so that people, it catches those that
Something
already know.
catchy, yeah.
Yeah, and it makes a difference for them by far. Good to see Sandy up there. That's cool. Again, networking with other teams. There are plenty of teams that just outright don't want to network. I mean, they don't. They don't want to give away their secrets, whatever secrets they might have, secret locations, whatever. However, there are plenty that will network. So take your time, find the ones that want to network with you. And again, joining groups like this, you start talking to people. Amber's with a team up in New York, Grounded Paranormal.
Yes.
Fantastic team. Try to find the teams that you can associate with. They're pretty much on the same page. You guys don't have to always agree to everything, but it's finding people and being open-minded enough. And then there's other teams that are going to do things that I'm not into joking around when I'm actually at a location, as far as really just playing around, not trying to make
Yeah,
up
we're
stuff.
very serious, very professional on location, even when it's just residential.
Yes. However, there's teams out there that just want to have fun, and that's okay if that's what you're into, as long as you come off that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, don't lead a client to believe that you're going to be serious about it and then get there and act like a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You'll ruin your reputation. Word of mouth is way better than advertising, trust me.
Tom McCart's on. Woo!
Hi, Tom.
What's up, Tom? We don't need to go a year before we hang out again, so we gotta get something going on.
Exactly. They were supposed to come visit for a weekend at my house just before Tom had his surgery, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time he was healed from his surgery and could go up and down steps, we were in the process of selling the house and moving. So you owe me a weekend, Tom and Jenny.
We have a place.
Absolutely.
We'll have it done up so we can have guests.
Oh,
come down
yes.
and
There
hang
will
out
be
with
a
us.
guest room.
So
will be a guest
we'll definitely have guys coming down, hanging out with us.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We have a lot going on with the house.
Oh, we have a whole lot going on. I'm basically redesigning the inside of this house.
It'd be fantastic.
It is. It's going to be nice.
Scott, thanks for being on. We appreciate that, Scott. So, like I say, don't get frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated if you're trying to start up. Looking for a team, as far as to join, it's not as easy to jump on any team. Go in and just turn around and start checking out teams that are local to you, and then try to find the ones that you actually enjoy. Sean jumped on. Sean, can you share this to our...
Hi, baby.
Can you share this back to our page, if you would, please? Share it to the Elite page. If you can get to mine, share it to mine as well, or even Janie's.
Yeah, either or.
That'd be good.
Yep, either or.
If you would. Sean is one of our team members. He's Janie's husband and basically our cameraman and pretty much everything we need.
Anything else we need him to do, Rob gives him a quick tutorial, 5 minutes, and he's on it.
Jennifer just jumped on. Awesome.
Hi, Jen.
You missed her dance. That woman can dance to anything.
Oh, believe me, I know. I've seen
Oh,
Jen.
my gosh.
Absolutely.
She was tearing it up. It was great.
Oh, my God.
Definitely
Her and
enjoyed
Tom are great. I could hang out with those two all the time. They really are a lot of fun.
it. Tom and I were just busy trying to hold down the table. We didn't want everybody to take the table from us, so we were holding that table down pretty good. But yeah, she was tearing it up. It was great.
They are a lot of fun to hang around.
Speaking of teams to network with, like Grounded Paranormal, as I was saying, they're up in New York. We're down in Maryland, and we've got to that point where we love to do things with them. You're going to find there's going to be teams that you're really going to get along with. They don't have to be necessarily in the same state. Depends on what you're willing to do to travel a little bit. Makes a difference.
Right.
Both
But good
of them.
rapport with the other team is a biggie.
Yeah.
That's a big deal because we have done some investigations with, I won't mention any team names, but we have done some
Yes.
investigations with other teams that were just, I mean, by the end of the evening, the first evening, it was like, I was ready to fist fight.
Literally.
I was like, Rob, I'm not doing anything else with those people. So you have to make sure that you, before you decide to join up with somebody, just ask if you can tag along on an investigation with them to get to know their routine and what kind of people, because people are completely different on this camera than they are when this camera is turned off. And you want to be able to get along with them from the get-go. You don't want to have issues halfway through something after you put all your time and energy into it.
Yeah, it can be really frustrating.
Yeah, because we did a lot of time and energy and driving
Yeah, we did a lot.
to get on a location where all I wanted to do was slap the chick instead of investigate with her.
That's the reality of it.
It's the truth. I
Janie will
mean,
call it as it is.
you're there to do an investigation. You're not there to sleep around and carry on. Come on.
And when we're investigating, it's like for us, I mean, the one thing we will not do is we don't tolerate alcohol or drugs as
Nope.
far as with the investigation. That's just,
Absolutely
so,
not.
So learn the people that you're going to be around. Don't be in a rush, such a rush that you want to get involved in the field or network with somebody.
Yep.
That you have to lower your standards. Keep your standards. It's better to take longer, but yet go ahead and keep your integrity.
Yep.
If it takes you longer, it's okay, but keep your integrity.
Absolutely.
This field is all about word of mouth, and unfortunately there's a lot of people that bring a lot of more of the entertainment side to this field. Not really my cup of tea. That's just me personally, because I want people to understand that there is a very realistic side to this. We do, again, a lot of residential locations, and we help a lot of families or individuals that are under extreme pressure We've had individuals that were absolutely had either attempted suicide already or were seriously contemplating.
Contemplating it, yeah.
And it wasn't something that they come out, people that are contemplating suicide don't really come out and tell you. It's just, you could pick it up and you could sense it pretty quick. And then some of the questions and some of the things they say, it wasn't hard to, but
Yeah,
then watch
exactly.
them turn a complete 180 and
Yep.
start
Complete
living life
turnabout.
again.
Yep.
That's what it's
And
out-
the
about for
investigations
us.
that we go to where little children are afraid to sleep in their own home.
Yes.
I mean, even the adults and the children will all be piled up in one room because they're scared to death to be comfortable in their own home
Yeah.
because of the activity. So, yeah, stuff like that for me. The paid investigations, some of them would be worth it for me, especially Lizzie Borden. We
I know
both
you want to go to Lizzie Borden house. I
But
got you.
the residential are so personal, and you get such a, I don't know, it's just way different. I like those a lot better.
Quick shout out to Freddie. Freddie, thanks for being on.
Hey,
again,
Freddie.
is one of our team members, one of my co-hosts quite often. So,
Used to be. I got your spot, Freddie. Come take it.
man, woo! I love it. Fighting words. Come on, guys. I'll videotape that for y'all too. Tom will enjoy that one.
I sold a house and moved all the way to West Virginia to take your spot. I dare you to come take it.
Oh, I love these guys. And that's without alcohol.
Yeah, this is coffee. This is coffee.
I'm waiting for Freddie to chat back. I know he's got to have something snapped.
He better not. He better not.
Oh, come on, Freddie. You're on the other side of the TV right now. You'll be all right. It's
I know where you live, Fred.
So let's go to abilities for a few minutes because we're talking about people. Sometimes people, there's a big difference between having activity at your house, being haunted, and having abilities. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people say, hey, I've been haunted all my life. Are they really haunted usually?
Not usually.
No.
Not usually.
You know, and even when we go and we treat a location, one thing that's explained, or even if you're going to go investigate, what are you looking to do? And that's something we don't look at quite often. Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Yeah, those jello shots. Yeah, just don't give them to Janie before any of these shows because, yeah, she has no filter as it is. She has
I don't
jello
need
shots.
alcohol.
Wow.
I do not need alcohol.
So if you are going to investigate, you know, the first thing you have to figure out is why are you investigating? Again,
Yeah, why are you
to,
there?
Are you doing it for fun? What is the client looking for?
Yeah.
If you're doing it for a client, you know, is the client...
What do you want the outcome to be? Do you want to just go there and have an outcome of, we had a really good time, you know, we all had a great time, we heard some things, we saw some things, or do you want to go and walk away thinking, man, I'm really glad that I helped that family. I'm so glad that they're comfortable now, or I'm so happy that the kids can sleep in their own bedroom again. That for me is a big deal. You got to know what you're going there for.
That is a big difference.
Exactly.
It's a huge difference. So, and that makes a difference again with what you're looking to do. So, if you get to a point where you do have clients like residential, for us the cases that have the children jump to the front.
Yep.
Even while we were moving, that's part of what's
Oh,
taking
yeah.
up some time.
That's what's been taking up time because Rob, and this is on him because he's the one that gets any and all requests for investigations. I usually don't even know an address until we're ready to go, and he'll say, hey, meet me here or ride with me or however. I don't even get an address. But that's a big deal because as soon as he gets one, it doesn't matter what we're doing, in the middle of loading up a moving truck
Yes.
or anything else, if there's a child involved, especially a young child, we're on it. We've just recently dropped everything to go do an investigation.
Yes, we have. Freddie has done the same thing in the past. We've
Yeah.
gone and just outright just jumped in the car and headed out. I've done several of them myself. I don't suggest you guys do them by yourself. Fortunately, I have Freddie, Janie, Sean.
Yeah.
They're on the phone with me. They're always calling and checking, making sure where I'm going.
Oh,
who
I'm
gonna
mother
be
hen,
around.
honey. He's leaving out of here this evening, and I told him, I better know where you at. I don't care who you're with or what you're doing. I just need to know you made it to your location safe and when you are on your way home, because you don't want your face on a milk carton. I will do that.
So knowing as far as why you're there or what the residents are looking for, what are the residents looking for? Again, if they start, residents start complaining, hey, a person says, I've been haunted all my life, that should slow you. You should be slowing down at that point, thinking, instead of thinking, oh my gosh, this person's always got activity. Why is it?
Yeah.
And there
What's
could
the
be-
reason for their activity? Do they have an ability they're not aware of and it's attracting spirit?
Yes.
That most of the time is the case.
Correct.
And then there are some times where we experience people who have felt that way for years. And then when we start doing some backtrack with them, we find out that they've either played with a Ouija board or they've done some type of seance type thing. You don't have a haunting, sweetheart. You have an attachment at that point.
There's a difference of an attachment.
There's
and
a
haunting.
big difference, absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
there's attention. There's plenty of people that are out there
Yep.
that are using this field for their attention. In all sincerity, they like the attention. They don't even want to get. People will contact me and say, "Hey, look, this person put me in touch. Give me your name. Said you can help me with this situation." And I explain it to them, and they're like, "I can't just keep it and just be friends with it." And it's like, "You're telling me that you're so scared of it. Why would you want to keep it and be friends with it?"
Yep.
Where they just feel like they're getting something out of it, because half the time there are things that can convince you to feel that way. But until a client is really ready to get rid of it, you could be spinning your wheels absolutely going nowhere.
Because you can banish it from the location 1 billion times, but if they continue to invite it back in every time, you're wasting your time. Literally wasting your time.
Jennifer said they're going up to Rolling Hills.
Oh, cool. I got something in my eye.
Got an eyeball.
That was besides my
You're
eyeball and my
fine with it,
finger.
just put it in.
It was besides the eyeball and
I'll wait
finger.
for you to do it again so I can hit your chair.
I think it was an eyelash. Don't make me have to whip you on camera.
At least do a paid event.
Yeah, we'll wait till we sell tickets and then I'll mess you up.
Scott says it keeps freezing on him. Anybody else having an issue as far as with because it's showing fine on our side. Anybody else having an issue with that?
Sean, is this freezing up for you out there, dear?
Just let us know. We appreciate it.
Guys, please share this on your page or just public page. Just share it. Get it out there, share it, hit the like button. It'll help out a lot for our videos to get further and get to more people.
One of the things we have done, which you see behind me, is going to be some a sketch artist. There's a couple of pictures back there. The rest of them are from a sketch artist that you see. And just so anybody that comes on looks, Mom says, yep, from time to time. Sandy says, oh, heck no, I don't want to be friends with anything that scares me. I agree with that, Sandy. Sandy's not freezing at all, so, and Gina's running fine.
So.
All right, cool.
Might just be different Facebook.
And sometimes if
pages
you're
or apps.
watching a feed and it starts freezing up, jump out and jump back in. Definitely jump back in. Sean,
Intermittently.
you got to be a little bit faster about telling us that, or you ain't watching for real. Damn, you trying to pull something my ex used to always do.
Yeah, he's
Great.
trying to just jump on long enough to make us think he's watching.
Great
I'll
fun.
sneak out there next year and catch him.
Thanks a lot. So for anybody who is new to our team, if you look behind us, again, we have a sketch artist that's actually working with Janie. He's in India right now. It's where he lives, and Janie works with him as far as to create some images. Ironically, the ones that are above Janie's head, they're a smaller type of critter.
Yeah,
But
those
at the
little-
last event that we were just at, we were at the Martinsburg Roundhouse. Fantastic place. If you haven't gone there, definitely a place to check out in Martinsburg, West Virginia. A woman was, I mean, she saw those and
she just walked past the table and Rob had them displayed, like sitting up against the, I guess, the wall. Is that
There's a
wall?
stage right
little
there.
stage area, and she just happened to walk past and immediately pointed to that one.
She was like, "Where did
Oh
you
my
see this
God!
locally?"
Did you see this? I was like, yeah. She was like, was it local? Because I've seen them.
It was just for her. She had never seen anybody that had. This is what she had seen, and she's never seen a picture of one before. So to actually see that somebody else has walked in her same path gave her a lot of
Yeah, it gave her
credibility
some
to
credibility
herself,
that I
'cause
wasn't going crazy. I did see that. Someone else saw one too.
a lot of people around her, including family members, just thought she was crazy. And again, to have somebody that can actually show, yes, this is exactly
This
what
is
you've
exactly
seen
what
at
I
multiple
saw. Yeah,
locations,
absolutely.
just made her feel so much better.
Yeah, it
she wasn't
did.
alone.
It was. She came up and hugged me twice. She was, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you put that on canvas. I'm so glad I came today, so I can." Now that's proof that that's what I saw. I was like, okay.
So it's cool, and for me, I get it both ways. Where it's more confirmation that somebody else has seen exactly the same thing that Janie has had. The sketch artist.
Yeah, now you know it's not just me being nuts. Well,
Yeah.
not all of it anyway.
Not while you're next to me. I'm not going to admit to that part.
Exactly.
What kind of brother would I be for that?
Yeah, right?
So when you see there's a story behind each one. The little boy in the middle is Jeremiah. I have a personal connection to him at a location. It was incredible. The little girl with the partially burned face from 9/11. And there's two pictures up there. The picture right here with Janie, that's the little round part that you see. It's kind of a close-up. It's actually after she was attacked during one of the investigations we had. It was live. You actually could see her ponytail get hit off to the side, and the hairband came and was just like barely hanging on because she usually wears her hair in a ponytail. And then the area was red for a little bit.
Turns out stuff on the other side doesn't like me any better than the stuff on this side.
You know,
Go figure.
play through.
Go figure.
So we were able to go ahead and actually watch those lines appear. And then the picture farther over was actually at KOA, where you're back in the back. You were telling me there was a Native American there, and my camera wouldn't work, so I had to pull out my cell phone and start taking pictures. And 13 pictures, we got that weird white swish-like whatever.
I kept telling you he was running toward me. I was like, you need to hurry and take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture.
Yeah, she was, you could, definitely hear the tone of her voice
She was
change.
running right at me. I was like, oh my God.
So there is a story behind each one, which is really cool, and to be able to actually be able to see it, to have a glimpse, and it's only a glimpse. It's not, to me, obviously they're not interactive, they're not moving like they are.
Right, you don't
see them
hear the
live.
sounds, you don't see the movement, which make them a whole lot more scary. I can tell you that right now. Even the children ones, this little guy here, even that one, he looks so cute, and he was a cute spirit, but to see them move and hear their voices, it's just really eerie. Really eerie. Even though I've seen it and heard it a billion times, it's just, every time it's so eerie. But to be able to put them on canvas so that you can get just a glimpse of what I see, I was kind of hoping in the back of my mind it would explain to you why I'm so nuts. You see now what I see.
It's those vitamins she takes.
Yeah,
Sure.
right. But this sketch artist is absolutely amazing. I mean, I give him a description in as much detail as I possibly can, and he runs with it. And I'm telling you, there is nothing on this wall, besides the two pictures that were taken with the camera, there's nothing on this wall as far as the sketches go that does not fit the identity of each thing I saw to a T. I couldn't have taken a black and white photo and gotten those pictures any more precise than what I actually saw. He's really good.
Yeah, he really is.
Really good.
Phenomenal. So, and we'll have more here in the near future. We'll
Yeah,
keep on working
absolutely.
with
He's actually waiting for me to give him a description for another one on a different
it.
location.
We just have
later
been so busy.
Believe me.
Can't say it enough.
I've got paint waiting for me in a bucket upstairs right now.
I just put the roller down.
And
before
backsplash.
we started,
Yep.
so
So,
we've got a lot more coming.
but that's how much this means to us, even when we're in the midst of total chaos. Total chaos with work and doing all of this and moving and trying to fill in an investigation here and there when we can amidst all this. We're still yet sitting here doing a lot. When there's a billion and one things we could be doing upstairs. But that's how important it is to us that we make time for it. And I'm of that opinion with any and everything. If it's something that you're truly passionate about, you make time for it. I don't care what's going on.
Well, this we're definitely passionate about, and Janie's going to be a regular co-host that's going to be on quite often. Freddie would make it when he came in between work and whatnot. But I think it's a really good balance when you can have, and we're going to do, even when we do a lot of our lives, we're also going to be trying to shoot a lot of video of Janie when she's getting a read. She does reads over the phone. When I've got a location I'm going to, and I can't just jump out there and hit it real quick and come back, it's nice if you could do a pre-walk on an investigation. That's always ideal. Then you can kind of get a little bit better sense. But right now, with our time being so taxed already, it's really convenient for me to be able to go ahead and say, Janie, here's a phone number and a first name. And that's all I give to her, and she can actually tell me what's going on with that. So one of the things I want to do is I'll utilize Sean, and even when she's doing some of these reads, she can go ahead and just, as long as the client's fine with it, we won't disclose the client's name or location.
Right.
But when she can put them on speakerphone, and you'll be able to hear the clips of what we have as the client is talking and Janie's picking up, or you'll see how it actually goes.
See how an actual reading goes, exactly.
In real time, the way it's actually happened, without cutting it all up and manipulating it, we'll show you, segments of it, so you can really see that. and you'll have a much better appreciation to it. I think that'd be huge. The passion for the field is important to all of us. It's important to a lot, by all means. Some of us really have the passion, and others just want a cardboard cookie for saying they took a photo that was pretty much not what they think it is or what they want it to be, unfortunately. This year, I'm going to get a little bit more serious about it. I'm going to be a little bit more stringent, I guess, strong opinionated by it or whatever. I'm going to say things out there a little bit more.
Yep.
Brian Smith just came on. If you guys could give us an idea where you guys are all from, so other people know. I know Gina's from Florida. We've got New York on there. From McCarts. Where else? If you can tell us where you're located, that's great. And again, we'd love to give you a shout out anytime you go ahead and say hi or hello. Appreciate you guys joining us on the Things Network. Feel free. You can also check out our page. If you go to Facebook, obviously that you're on. Go to Facebook, go to Elite. If you type in at the top, ELITE, Elite, PARASOC, Elite ParaTalk, it's short for Elite Paranormal Society. If you go on, you can actually check out the videos. We leave unedited videos on there, and then I'll do some condensed versions, so I'll cut right to whatever's happening. Fantastic, be able to go back. You can actually listen to them. North Carolina. Sandy, I couldn't remember that you were, I didn't remember she was from North Carolina. What part of North Carolina? Are you on the west side or on the east? I was going down there to the west. It was pretty fun. Beautiful country. But if you want, you can check out the videos. There's plenty of videos on there that have everything from teaching you how to do Audacity as far as cut down videos, or cut down audio, which is very, very important. How to use recorders. We use the Spirit Box a lot. There's videos that show you the dowsing rods in action, your favorite. Would you like me to get those out?
No, I don't need them. I do not need them.
Michigan, all right. East side. Thanks for letting us know where you guys are from. It's great. Appreciate that. Again, we do a lot of networking for us. For those that are trying to network, if you follow a couple of teams, find the teams that you enjoy. About 100 miles from the beach. That's easy drivable by far. I've spent most of my summers down there as a kid in around Jacksonville, Camp Lejeune area. So I was out on the beach a lot in the summer times. Love that place.
I have family that live in North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina for a couple of years as a kid, Southbury.
It's wild how different the paranormal is taken by communities in different parts of the area.
Yep.
Sandy, are you in the Bible Belt area as far as where you can't really talk about it nearly as freely as we can up here? Up in the East we can. I mean, there's pretty much everybody's going at their own pace.
Yeah.
Some parts of the country, though, you really don't get away with even talking about it nearly so much.
Oh, God, absolutely. Are you kidding me? And there's still some areas right here in West Virginia where people tell you, don't talk about that mess around here. I don't want to hear about that mess. And it's usually not because they don't believe, it's because they're scared.
That's exactly, yeah.
Because whether you believe or not, you can be open-minded. You know what I mean?
Pretty much anybody that says that they've never had an experience, and they've tried to convince themselves that they haven't. Because if you take into account for phantom smells, you know when you've heard, could swear you heard a voice and you're going, well, that must have been my imagination. We're always trying to
find an
discount
excuse for it. Yep.
Yep.
You know how many times I've heard grown men say, oh, I've seen shadows that go through my house before, but it was probably just somebody outside. You live in an apartment on the second floor and it's somebody outside?
So that's typical. I mean, most of us have found ourselves doing that. You know, you're seeing something in your eye and you're going, oh,
it just chills me, though, when it's the big guys.
Yes.
Like, we've been on investigation with really big guys. They put me in a room with what's going on that I can see and hear, and you got these big guys that don't see anything. They just hear a little noise, and it's like, break camp. Like, they were supposed to be there to protect me.
We will definitely go ahead, Jennifer, and check out your TikTok page at Grounded Paranormal. That would be cool. So if anybody else gets a chance, definitely check it out, too. Anybody that watches our shows, if you have an event coming up or you have your team and you want to put your page right here on it under comments, please put your page up there. It's perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
Again, this is all part of networking. It's our chance to go ahead and give back. Next week when we're on next Sunday, we're also going to play some evidence. So you'll hear some, if you've not heard live evidence or real evidence, however you want to put it, from locations. We have plenty of unedited.
That's the best way to put it, unedited evidence.
Jennifer was talking about getting hit on top of her head that left a lump on her head at Rolling Hills.
Oh, my lands.
That sounds like a good one.
It wasn't me. I was nowhere near that place.
Tom, behave.
Tom, better not. Call me Jen, I got your back.
Poor Tom.
Tom would never do that.
No, that sounds great. Not that you got hit, but anything that's that interactive always sounds good.
Don't let him fool you. Yes, he did mean it sounds great you got hit. If he'd been there, he'd been like, stand still, let's see if it happens again while I got the camera on you.
I'm trying to help other people.
He does that all the
right?
time. All the time to me. I'm like, Rob, something just scratched me. Stand still. Stand still. Let's see if it happens again.
Keep your hands down. Just keep your hands down.
Heck?
Freddie was filming. Remember the one time?
Oh,
that
yeah.
one behind us. Freddie was actually on the camera and he's filming, and then he's like, "Ow, oh, oh." I was like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, all right. Suck it up. Keep going." So we kept going, and then he jerked again because it got him again on the back of the
It's
neck.
like, Rob,
Poor
he's
guy.
getting scratched. The first words out of your mouth was the camera going? I was like, yeah, he was holding it.
Both hands were on the camera, and
So
he's
funny.
sitting there getting hit. Hey, it's always,
That just goes to show the different roles each
Yes.
person in the team plays. You have to be like that.
yeah.
You do. You have to be. If you want anything at all that you do or put out there to be seen as credible, you have to be that way. You have to question everything. It's just the way it is.
We go
you
to
have to be.
live, very active locations, and yeah. I definitely like those parking lots for sleeping, Tom. Thank you very much. I appreciate you putting that out there, buddy. Go ahead. Want to play that game?
Tom, I don't think he was sleeping the whole time. I think he was visiting a bush by a little rabbit over on the other end of the parking lot there for a while.
I was investigating, mind you.
Uh-huh.
It was an overnight investigation.
You were investigating, all right.
It's really, you were talking about the bigger people. We get to locations, and it's gotten to a point where if it's an active location, pretty much we know who's going to be bait. I know who's going to be attacked. You can pretty well point out.
Yeah, you can, at this point, it happens so frequently that you can almost look at everybody there at the location and be like, he's going to be a target.
Yep.
He's going to be a target. Oh, it'll get after her for sure. Because you just know that those are usually the personality types that are
And
messed
it
with.
is that way. It is certain people are definitely
messed with.
most likely to be a target,
Yep.
which is makes it fun for us this year. We're gonna
It
get
makes it fun
shirts.
for him. Let's not play no games. It makes it fun for him. It don't make it fun for me, and probably nobody else that's there with us. But he gets a kick out of it.
Do you genuinely get
Yeah,
a kick
we
out of
know,
it?
Rob. We know.
It's
But
fun.
again, you have to be that way. That's your job. That's what you're there for. Not only do you want to help the person, you also want to collect as much evidence as possible.
Yes. We had the Roundhouse in Martinsburg,
Yeah.
West Virginia. We
was
just
just
went
last
to the
weekend.
Roundhouse. And Paranormal Inc. was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many of you guys, have you guys been around anybody who's had a haunted doll or a doll that's had an attachment or activity of any type, out of curiosity?
Because I can tell you, I have never, even though most dolls creep me out anyway, when you're in a dark location and you know there's activity going on there, the last thing you want to turn around and see is a doll. I'm sorry, but I just don't. They creep me out. But this past weekend, I didn't even see the darn thing in person. I got shown a picture of it. This doll has definitely got something with it. It's, I don't think it's a doll. I think it's a spirit. The spirit just happens to be with the doll, that's all.
The nice part is we were talking about interacting, networking with other people, other teams. So Paranormal Inc. was there. Ernie and Dave was at the function, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And we run into each other's circles, but we really don't communicate a lot. Got respect for one another, but we just don't. We just
Right,
haven't
we've
hung
just
out.
never had the opportunity, I believe.
And then this time I was able to hang out with them, which was really cool because at first they were like, look, we just want your honest opinion about this. And we got this doll and they have a story behind it. And they said, look, if you don't mind, we've got a video. Can you go ahead and watch it and see what you think? Real quick, what is Jennifer has, I have 5'9", deal with daily. They had a video, and what they were doing is they were just documenting. It wasn't something they were going to put out on the internet.
Right,
But
right.
they wanted to document because they had a history behind this doll. It was sent to them. So they were getting ready to do the unboxing. They decided to go ahead and run their cameras on it. And ironically, while they're doing it, they turn around and they've got, first the REM pod starts going off. One source, I'm not really a big...
Now, Rob stayed for this. I didn't. After I went and did an initial walk of the location and we did our
Right.
talk and gave a couple of reads to a couple of people in the audience, I came back here because we have so much to do. I wanted to get back here, take care of the dog,
Right.
start getting some more unpacking done. But he stayed for this. So I wasn't even there when you experienced these things with that
You didn't
that
know anything
doll.
about it. You didn't even
No.
pay, you weren't there to
No.
see the doll. We didn't
But
walk
saw a picture later on, and I can tell you right now, I don't care if you believe me or not, I'm a medium. That doll I would not stay in a room with. I wouldn't care if it's daylight, dark,
I've got some
100
coming back
people
for you.
around, a doll. No.
I got your figurines coming back.
They're staying down here in this studio.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
No, there won't be no talking about it.
Anyway,
They're staying down here in the studio.
Stop for a minute. Shut up. Melody!
How rude.
Yes, I'm very rude.
I'm so done with you.
So I turn around and I watch the video, and first the REM pod goes off. They have the EDI. Come find out the batteries blow up in the EDI,
I can believe
which
it.
they had tested everything prior to. They have all their equipment setting out. Everything's fine. The batteries, the EDI is not working, so he just slides it aside and says, well, evidently something's messed up with it. When he took it apart afterwards, it was each battery that had blown up inside of it.
You know.
The REM pod keeps going off for no apparent reason, but when he, like, at one point he says, would you cut that off? And the REM pod goes off, stops. Like, okay, I was talking about that. Well, then the REM pod goes back on. They turn it off, keep turning it back on to see, and there's nothing around it. And
Right.
again, one piece of equipment, I'm not a big, you don't really sell me with one part of evidence. I'm looking for more. But then you have these...
Not me. I don't need a whole lot. All I need is something to move or come close to me, and I'm out.
While they were recording, when they reviewed it, they found out they were picking up these EVPs also.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually blood on the skirt. It was tested, and it is blood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's little flakes of blood. Doesn't mean that it was anything dramatic. Again, it's not going there. But they're having a question between themselves going, is this blood? Is this really blood? 'Cause again, they had just got it shipped to them. And then you hear this harsh voice come over and go, it's blood. In a very deep tone like that.
Right.
But they caught
See, that
several
would have
of
been
those.
it for me. I'm glad I didn't stay for that investigation. That would have been enough for me. Bye.
That was a video. But they were doing it at the house. His dog's acting all silly about
I
this
can
thing.
see why. I just saw a picture of it in a...
So there's several
Yeah.
things that happened. Let's go ahead and speed forward. They ended up having Friday night and Saturday night. There was paranormal investigations, ghost hunt. I ended up taking out groups on each one. The second night, Saturday night, I'm out there with it, and one of the owners of the facility comes out there and was like, "We got all kinds of crazy noises coming from the closet." I was like, "What?" Yeah, we've been here for 6 years, and something's making a lot of crazy sounds in the closet. So I went up there, actually grabbed 3 of the people that was with my group, took them up there with me real quick, so we go in, stop. Nothing. Everything's flat. No sounds coming out of it. Okay. So it's the gentleman and his wife that's in there. So he kept saying, that I misunderstood what he was saying. When I opened the door to the closet, there's the doll standing there in the little case looking.
That would have been enough for
Right
me,
back.
baby. Oh.
So I'm like, okay. It was Sandra, not Cassandra. It was Sandra is the name that they have for it. So part of investigating is debunking. I'm immediately trying to debunk what was going on. So I step inside the closet and pull the closet shut behind me. And what I did is I reached down to the top of the casing around the box, around the doll, and I start taking my hand and shaking it. And both the husband and wife both immediately were like, "That's it. Whatever you're touching, whatever you're doing, that's the sound." I didn't want them to see what I was doing because that's part of again, it could have been something else in there that I was moving that they didn't know that I was actually moving the case of the doll. So I open up the closet and then I show them, well, I'm actually moving the top. So then I start basically jumping in where I'm standing at. I kind of start jumping to see if the floor would move, and the Woman's like, you're jumping on concrete. It's not going to move. Well, there's a covering over it, but still, you have to see if it's going to make it rattle or shake.
Right, right.
We are at a train location. We want to make sure it's not a train vibration or something. Yeah, no, it didn't shake. Go back out, and about 15 minutes later, the wife was still sitting in the office and started trying to blow up her husband's phone. I think she called him 6 or 8 times, and one of them finally went through, and he told me, and ran back up there. And we had everybody. We actually did a spirit box session. I ended up pulling it out. Typically, I wouldn't touch anybody else's haunted doll or anything, because it's somebody else's.
Hey, honey, I'm glad I didn't stay. See, that's why I love my guides. They made sure I was coming home that night.
I am going to be checking out, because we had some really cool things come over the recorder, over the spirit box, and we were recording at the time, so I'll be curious to see what we get.
Yeah.
I was just curious whether or not, because I have not come across too many that really have had true attachments or
No, this
energy
one's
to them.
the real deal. I can tell you that right now. All I saw was a picture, and that was enough for me. I was like, nope, there's something on that doll.
Gina says, have you found that attachments to objects are predominantly linked to the person that has passed away or owned the object, or not necessarily? More times than not, I have. I'm not saying that was the case in this particular doll. I know Janie feels that the doll something was done that actually pulled whatever
The spirit to
to
this doll.
that doll. They believe that it was the little girl. The little girl passed away in the asylum after she had to go to the asylum with her father. Her father was put in the asylum. There was nobody else taking care
And
of
I
the girl.
felt that there was something traumatic that happened that made this happen. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me in a closet with that doll. I promise you that, honey. Nope. Because whatever it is, it's been with that doll for a good long while, and it is pissed.
It was just ironic.
Whether it be kid, grown up, whatever, it's ticked off. I wouldn't be. There ain't enough money in this world could have put me. Shoot, the army wouldn't have been able to shove me in that closet. Nope. I might die today, but I ain't going in that closet. No.
People often say, well, you have a medium on your team, or if you're a medium or you're psychic, whatever, how do you get rid of everything? Do most mediums or psychics?
I don't have a flipping clue. When people ask me, hey, I have something I feel like it's really bad in my house, how do I get rid of it? I was like, you call Robert Murphy, baby. Because I'm not the one. I don't know. I do not know. When I had something in my house, I called Rob. I was like, I can tell you what's there, where it is, and what it's doing. I can even tell you what it's saying. But I don't know how the hell to make it leave. I called him. I could not tell. I'm not going to pretend to be one of those mediums that know I can see everything in a ball. I can read your card. No, I can't. I can only tell you what my guides tell me, and they only tell me what is important. Main thing being, don't ever go in a closet with a doll. No, but seriously, I can't.
We have some good footage coming up, because we are going to do some great.
Not with me, you're not. No, you're not. Yep. You remember, you got to live with me now.
I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got you back.
No, you don't. You know you don't.
Speaking of which,
His dream would be for me to get stuck in a closet and him be able to film some doll attacking me. That would be Robert Murphy's dream. So he could live stream it to everybody. Don't tell me it's not, because you said you were going to put those figurines over there and you just hope one fly across the room at me during a live.
Okay, so just to give you a background story, because yes, I do.
See?
I'm honest.
No, he don't play with me. I already know what he's after, so
Anyway, we have 2 little figurines. Janie has lived at 2 other places. At both of those places where these little figurines used to sit on this little board, it was basically like a husband and wife. He's reading the paper and she's
the
doing
little
knitting or
old
something.
grandma and grandpa figurines.
Well, at 2 different times they have, without pets or anything to be in there to
Nothing.
do it, they have flown down across the room. One flew across the room and hit the other side of the
I didn't
wall.
even have pets at that time.
Right, and another one actually flew down the room,
Through the room,
through a doorway
to
hung
the
a
right,
UV.
hung a UB over right by my feet at the table, and that's when I called Rob and said, come and get these things. I want them out of my house. Because you always say, don't throw it away. Don't burn it. You got to dispose of it properly. So I called Rob to dispose of it for me. You know what he did? He put them in his daggone EPS room, and now that we're all living together, he wants to put them out so that I can be the target on live.
Get your honest opinion, seriously. They have not moved while they've been at my house. I've left them out so they weren't salted. I haven't closed them for time being. Now the perfect scenario. Janie lives with me, okay? Janie, Sean, and I live together. So is this not the perfect, honestly, let me be real. is this not the perfect way to set it back up where we put them back on a shelf and see if there's any motion? I can always go ahead and take them back down if anything happens.
You damn right you can.
But you tell me, honestly. Chantel from South Africa, thanks for being on. We appreciate that. That's not how you said it.
No, I said what?
I don't know.
What are you talking about, Sean?
He should be up in the other room. Or he's
He's
outside.
out in the shed, but what are you talking about, Sean? That's not how I said what.
Sean She Shed, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what he makes
Sean's
it
she shed
that's
until
what
he makes
his
it
bar and
his.
grill.
Yeah, it's Sean's bar and grill.
But nobody's responding yet. Come on. So the question is, these little figurines that were active that mysteriously, unexplainably
And-
left the shelf and flew across after you.
Those same figurines, the first time they moved was when I lived in Waynesboro. That's when they came
Yes.
through the room and around, actually around a doorway and into another room. But the second time that happened was just before it happened is when I saw that
Dog-like.
black dog-like thing crawling through the hallway right where those figurines were hanging. Yeah, that was another night where I sat outside until Sean got off work at like midnight. I wasn't going back in that house.
Which I came there, and we took care. But ironically, here's the better part of that. Before I came there, there was a bathroom on the other side of the hallway, and that's where it hit, right next to the door jamb of the bathroom.
Yeah, I was getting ready to walk into the bathroom and they flew right past my
So she sees basically what some people would call a hellhound, whatever you want to call it. You know, they very, very large black German Shepherd
Yeah,
with
that's
what
what,
eyes.
that's what it looked like with bright green eyes.
Steps into the hallway like it's going towards the bathroom, turns around, just glares at her.
Yeah, and then walks on into the bathroom. Let me tell you, as bad as I wanted to wet my pants, I was not going in that bathroom. I went outside and sat in a tent, one of those little tents that you buy like store lawn equipment.
Yes.
I sat in that
I know you did.
from dark when I first saw that thing until Sean got home from work at like midnight. And I was like, I'm not going in there. I am not. You
So
go in first.
She's extremely honest about how it does terrorize her.
It does. And everybody says, oh, you're a medium. You should be used to seeing and hearing this stuff. The hell? Who wrote that rule?
That weekend you had your grandchildren. So your
Yeah,
grandchildren
that
came.
same weekend,
Explain that.
a couple of three of the grandbabies came over. And one of the little girls came up to me the next morning, gave me her hug, and I was like, what do you want for breakfast, sweet pea? And she told me, and I said, how'd you sleep last night? And she said, I slept good. I said, well, that's great. She said, but Nanny, where is that dog that keeps coming through that hallway? I said, what dog? She said, I saw a dog right there in your hallway. And I thought, oh, Lord, take my grandbabies home because I don't want whatever that is to be messing with them. But it didn't frighten her. She just thought she saw the shadow of a dog coming through the hallway. But it freaked me the hell out. I was like, oh, my grandbaby's seen it. Rob, you need to get up here and get rid of this. But yeah, I always call Rob. There may be mediums and psychics out there that know how to cleanse a location. I'm not one of them. I'm not. I've spent the past 42 years trying to figure out how to use the ability. And I'm still learning. Every single time I open a channel, I'm still learning something. So, and people always say, well, you have this ability. Can't you explain how it works? No, hell no. Honest to God, I don't have a clue. I'm not going to lie about it.
You said they didn't give you a
They did
handbook.
not give me a handbook. Same with the dressing. I don't know where the dress code come from. Where every medium has to wear it is dark eye makeup and dye the hair either bright red or black and wear dark clothing, all this jewelry and crystals and stuff like that. Nobody told me there was a dress code. I've been doing this 42 years, and knock on wood, thank you, Jesus, I've been as accurate as God will allow me. And I ain't never had to put on no crystal or wear nothing. Nothing.
So fortunately, everybody seems to be on the same page that, yes, validate the evidence.
What do you mean, yes, validate the evidence?
Put the figurines
You know, some of you people are going to want a reading in the future, right?
Aren't the hellhounds supposed to come escort somebody to hell, or is that just on the supernatural?
I've heard that. If you wasn't so mean, you wouldn't have a hellhound on your trail. I don't think he was on my trail. I think he was looking for Sean, and he wasn't on. Either way, I had Rob come get rid of him. I never saw it again after he came up and did the cleansing. But it wasn't after me. I'm a firm believer it was after Sean. He just wasn't home at the time. That's what that was.
Unfortunately, there's probably about 80%, I would say at least 80% of what people say online, just based on our experience, is absolutely wrong. I wouldn't go by that as far as to say they're there to support, to escort somebody to hell. No.
Yeah, because if they came to my house to escort somebody to hell, they didn't get nobody that night. Because I was smart enough to remove myself.
See why I love this? She brings the humor to it. It's great. How can you not laugh when you start seeing this?
Just don't let him fool you. This man will come downstairs first thing in the morning and just look at me and laugh. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you?
Because every time I walk downstairs or turn a corner, you're going, oh, you scared me.
Because usually he's sneaking up on you in his damn sock feet when you don't expect anybody to be in the room.
No, I am not.
And don't think just because I'm a medium, I'll know exactly where you're all the time. I don't walk around with my channel open all the time. I don't want to see and hear that stuff all the time. But because I am used to sometimes things just like being there when I don't expect it, even if it's a live person, I'm like, don't sneak around the corner on me. Let me know, make some noise. Let me know when you're coming.
Melody says, Janie, she loves you.
I love you too, sweetie.
She was one of the first ones that put them damn things out.
Melanie, I don't like you anymore. I don't like you anymore.
Well, we only have about 5 minutes left. Thank you so much for everybody who has jumped on with us.
Absolutely,
Please
guys,
share.
please, yes, share, like our page. And even though the live's getting ready to end, if you have any questions about the investigative side of it or anything that I might be able to answer for you, like I said, I'm not an expert by any means. So I'm not going to promise you I can answer all your questions, but I will answer any that I can answer truthfully and honestly. But if I can't, then I'll tell you I'm not sure. You might want to go ask a real medium or something. I don't know. But
if I'm saying your name wrong, I sincerely apologize. Do you pronounce it Chantal?
Chantel, I think. Sorry if we're mutilating the name.
I'm curious as far as in South Africa, how is it? Do you guys do very much investigating over there? Is it okay to? I know like Japan is very tight.
Yeah.
Nobody does over there. Yet they got some like suicide force and whatnot. I'd love to check out.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely happy Halloween to everybody.
Yes.
Hope you guys enjoy it. If you have the little kiddies coming to you. And my little 2 cents as far as for Halloween, if the teenagers are willing to take the time to go trick-or-treating rather than getting in trouble somewhere else, man, give them a damn candy bar,
If they're
please.
willing to throw on some costumes and come door to door instead of out trying to steal somebody's car radio, give them some candy.
Exactly. I'm all for that.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Amber says happy Halloween to everybody too. So does Jennifer.
Thank you, Amber. You guys too. Be safe with the babies if you take them out, Amber.
No, they've got quite a few to take out there. So
Yes, they do.
Should be enjoying it.
They do.
Again, remember next Sunday we'll be here again at noon. Definitely looking forward to doing it. We are going to have some audio for you to be able to hear. We'll try to change it up here and there.
Yeah, we'll try to do different things each week.
If you come across something that you maybe might think it's evidence, you're not sure, if you ask us to review it, just understand we do like photography and whatnot. We give you our honest opinion. If you want to believe, if we say we don't honestly believe it's paranormal, and you still want to believe it's paranormal afterwards, help yourself.
Absolutely.
That's your choice.
But don't ask for our opinion if you're not going to be willing to hear it, because if you ask for it, you're going to get the honest opinion.
Said there's very few well-known locations. Kempton Park Hospital is a very popular one. So they do some investigations there. That's
Cool.
great.
That
Love
is.
to know
That's
if you guys have anything from any locations. We enjoy it, especially when it's outside the country. That's really cool to kind of get a little insight.
Absolutely.
How it's going for
And
you
guys, if there's anything that you would be more interested in than the things that we already talk about, if you let us know, I would like to see you guys talk more about this, or I'd like to see you guys go into more detail about this. Let us know, and that way we know what we can base our lives off of for the next few weeks.
Yeah. We definitely like to, bring up topics that haven't been brought up that much, which we will. And again, we're going to be I'll be a little bit more boisterous this year as far as opinionated.
Right.
Just because I'm tired of there's so much misinformation going on out there that, when I'm trying to work with, we're helping a lot of people, and when you try to, you have to weed through all the information they got
Absolutely.
first.
And we're an up-and-coming team. And, baby, they don't know you coming if you don't blow your horn.
Right.
So we've got to become a little bit more aggressive with what we do, because it is a passion for us. It's not a hobby. It's not a weekend thing. Let's go have some fun. I can do that right here in my own backyard. I got a pool and a hot tub. But it is a passion for
It's a little
us.
cold right now.
Yeah, I'm not getting in. I don't get in that hot tub like you crazy men do at night when it's cold out there.
Hey, we've got to have fun.
But yeah, just let us know, guys, please. But absolutely share the page, like the page, and let your friends know about us if they're interested in this type of thing so that they can come jump on and ask some questions. We'd love it.
Yeah.
We'd absolutely love it.
For teams, individuals, again, networking. We're always open for networking. And we'll see you guys next Sunday right here on the Things Network. Again, we appreciate Jeremy York for letting us be on
Absolutely.
the Things Network.
Thank you so much, Jeremy.
So, love and light to everybody. Hang in there. Having a great weekend. Happy holidays.
Happy Halloween to everybody.
Enjoy it. We're out of here.
Bye, guys.